Good morning and welcome to a special edition of Estelle's Paradise. I'm currently cruising the beautiful Western Caribbean Ocean on board of the Aubisque, a 47-foot catamaran owned and operated by Cliff and Sherry Wilson. For the next half hour, you'll get a glimpse of what life is like on board of a luxury charter boat, as well as snorkeling on a beautiful reef, kayaking through the mangroves, eating some terrific seafood, getting a sailing lesson, and learning more about the pirates that used to operate in this area. By the end of the show, you will know what a bowline and a clove hitch are. So stay tuned, sit back and relax, and let me do all the hard work. See you when we return. Good morning.
Hi.
Hi, good morning. I'm Sherry Wilson. Welcome
Sherry
aboard
Wilson.
Aubisque.
Pleasure to meet you, Estelle Reina.
And I'm Cliff Wilson.
Cliff.
Estelle, pleasure to meet you.
Cliff. Thank you so much for inviting me. I've never been on a catamaran before. I'm so excited.
That's wonderful. Cliff, why don't you tell her about some of the things we might be doing this week?
Well, we're going to take you sailing, and we'll take you snorkeling. We'll take you swimming. We plan on taking you to several of our favorite spots here in Belize. So we'll anchor one night in the Drowned Keys, maybe do some kayaking there.
Without drowning, though, right?
Without drowning,
Absolutely,
that's true.
right.
Take you to a small little special island called St. George's Key. We'll introduce you to some of our Belizean friends there. Maybe have a beer on a very, very nice little bar overlooking the reef. And then we'll take you to Key Cocker, which is a really neat little place with a lot of funky little things. And we'll take you to a place called Hulchan, which is a marine preserve right along the barrier reef. And you'll see some great fish and maybe some stingrays and all kinds of little tropical fish.
Wow, I've heard the ecosystem here is incredible in Belize.
Fantastic. And I think on Ho-Chan is one of our favorites. It's like swimming in an aquarium. It is just spectacular. Along with that, we may see some dolphins and manatees, but the ecosystem here is just one of the best, I think, in the world that you'll really, truly enjoy. I understand you like lots of activities, so that we'll be doing some kayaking.
Yes, I love sports.
Yes, it's a wonderful.
How about eating? Do you like to eat?
That's my favorite sport.
Okay,
You're
all right.
a treat for good gourmet Caribbean
I
meals.
heard he's an incredible cook.
Wonderful. I'm going to keep him because he's so good at
Oh,
doing that.
great.
Excellent. Wonderful. And I think also I understand that you're looking forward to learning how to sail.
Yes, I have never sailed before, but obviously always wanted to.
Oh, and this is great. Cliff is, both of us love sailing. It's part of our passion in our life, and really look forward to sharing our passions with you this week.
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay.
I'll look forward to spending the time with you, Estelle, okay?
Thank you. I look forward to.
Well, also, why don't you let me take you and show you around to your cabin, and also we'll go through a safety check before we leave the dock.
Okay, great.
Okay, great.
Let's do that.
We have 4 double cabins, really quite private. You won't be bothered by any of the other guests on the boat, and I think you'll find it very comfortable, as a matter of fact.
The Aubisque is like a combination of a bed and breakfast and a cruise ship. You can establish a personal relationship with the owners while dining on gourmet meals that accent the local cuisine.
It is incredible. Just looking around the salon, you have art and you have plants and it's so welcoming.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Charming.
I'm so glad. I think you'll really enjoy it. And we try to make that special touch and really cater to your specific needs as to help make your vacation a wonderful reality and a fantasy come true for you.
So along the way, you make sure you tell us what you would like to do. We will be giving you some options and make some suggestions. But we want to hear from you what it is that you want to do, and then we'll see if we can't meet your expectations, okay?
Okay.
And hopefully exceed them.
Great.
You can participate in activities that are similar to the cruise ships, but unlike them, you are treated to unique access of locations through the charter's intimate synergy with the local population and attractions. It is truly a unique and custom vacation that will delight the honeymoon couple as well as the entire family. Today, we came across a tiny island called aubisque in the shadow of the second largest reef in the world. We put on our snorkeling gear and took off to see what we could find. An underwater world full of life at every turn. The coral reef of the coast of Belize has a colorful history. Local pirates with an extensive knowledge of the reef system would lure ships into the reef where they would be grounded or smashed against the jagged coral. The shallow waters can be confusing and dangerous still today, and should only be navigated by experienced captains who are familiar with the area.
Cliff, tell me a little bit about the Battle of St. George's Key.
Well, the Battle of St. George's Key took place in 1797, and it was basically the last attempt by the Spaniards to drive the British privateers out of Belize. They came with an armada of, if I remember correctly, about 32 ships, and there was one British very small warship here, but there were about 240 baymen, as they labeled themselves at the time, who put single cannons on very small boats, and they met the Spanish Armada at St. George's Key, which we visited the other day.
Yes.
And they decimated the fleet. And the Spaniards gave up at that point in time. They figured that Belize just simply wasn't worth messing with anymore, and that was their last time until they were finally driven out of Central America altogether by a combination of the United States and the British. And at that point in time, Belize, obviously the privateering went away, and so they had to go on and focus their efforts on other things like the mahogany logging, sugar, pineapple, citrus, banana. And of course today we spend most of our time just simply diving on the reef and enjoying the natural beauty.
And that's what we're just going to do next, right? We're going for some snorkeling?
Absolutely, let's do that, okay?
Great, I would love that.